All right, so we're going to be doing the mid-chapter 3 quiz review. It says for f of x equals the square root of 2x minus 8, evaluate each of the following. So we're going to do each of these. It says f of 18, which means that we're going to take this 18 and we're going to put it everywhere that there's an x. In this case, there's only an x in one spot. So f of 18 is the same as saying the square root of 2 times 18 minus 8. And all of that's underneath the radical. 2 times, can you guys see that?
Kind of.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I don't know why it was out of focus. There it is. Sorry about that. 2 times 18 is what? 36? So then that's the same as saying the square root of 36 minus 8, which equals what? Square root of? Oh, I didn't hear.
28.
Oh, thank you. 28. Don't go any further. Leave it just like that.
Okay.
You can, if you want to, you can put it in a decimal form, but you don't have to. All right, and then the same thing for f of 6. So now I have the square root of 2 times 6 minus 8, which is going to equal the square root of 12 minus 8, which is going to equal the square root of negative 4. You cannot do anything else here.
Why negative 4?
I meant positive 4. Because I can't add and subtract at the end of the school. Square root of 4 is what?
2.
2. And so that's your answer.
Give it S. I'm gonna risk this.
All right, so take a look at the next one. The next one is f of 0. So f of 0, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to plug in your 0. And so that's going to leave me with the square root of 2 times 0 minus 8. 2 times 0 is just 0, which is going to be 0 minus 8, or the square root of negative 8, and leave it like that. Correct. You do not know how to do that yet. We will learn that though. And then last but not least, this is always the one that tricks people on this quiz. This does not say when x is a number. What does it say? When the whole thing equals 10. So we have the square root of 2x minus 8, and we want to set that equal to 10. How do you get rid of your square roots?
You to the power of 2.
Yes, you square them. So I want to square both sides, because remember, it's an equation. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. That's going to pop essentially this 2x minus 8 out, and I'm left with 2x minus 8 equals 100. And then this one, I think all of you guys can just go down and solve. So you're going to add 8 to both sides. So 2x equals 108, and then divide by 2. X equals 54. Are you done?
Wait,
All right.
we did number 8.
All right, so we'll skip to number 8. Number 8 says, what is the equation of a circle with a radius of 8? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may not, oh, it's just ladies today. I usually have more people. We did this in 2.2.5. The equation of a circle is x minus h squared plus, and that looks familiar, right? That shouldn't be scary to you. Plus y minus k squared, that might look a little different, equals radius squared.
Oh my god.
In this case, Did I give you an HK?
No.
I did not. You can assume H and K are 0.
Okay.
Okay? So I'm going to write x squared because H is 0. So H is no longer there. Well, it's there. It's just 0. Plus y squared equals 8 squared, or 64. I will take both of these answers.
What did we do to the H?
It's not given, so we're going to assume it's 0.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. That makes sense. Wait. Oh, the same thing with K?
Sorry.
Yep.
Just write this.
Yep.
And so whatever the radius is, you just put that in there.
Yep.
So if you give us the circumference, it's just half of that. You keep it.
You mean the diameter?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, next question. Do you guys want to do the absolute value one because we're on this page?
Yes.
Okay, so it says state the domain and range of the function and use interval notation. Absolute value. Look at this function. So first of all, this is the absolute value function. Absolute value looks like a V. If A is positive, your V is going to open up. If A is negative, your V is going to open down. The domain for absolute value is all real numbers. So you can write this. It does say interval notation on here, but honestly, guys, if you get it right, I'm not going to, and it's not interval notation, I'm not going to mark it wrong. Because I'm looking for concept mastery, and I'm looking for you to tell me that it's all real numbers. Okay? So the way you write that in interval notation is it's going to be from negative infinity to infinity. And both of these are going to be parentheses, not brackets, because you can't ever include infinity. But if you were like, oh, I don't remember how to do that, all real numbers is acceptable, just like that. If you don't want to write like that, you can put ARN, or you can put, like, you can actually write out all real numbers. What I want you to recognize is the domain for an absolute value is all real numbers. Meaning that this eventually, because it goes on forever and ever and ever, will encompass all positive and negative x values. That's all that means. Your range is your y, but look, there's a restriction on your y here. It cannot go past here, can it? Oops. It cannot go past there. So that's gonna be, and does it go above that or below that? Below. So your y is going to be less than or equal to 1. Now that's not interval notation, so if you wanted to write it in interval notation, it would be bracket 1, comma, and where does it go to? Negative infinity, because it's going down, Hope.
Yeah.
If it was going up, it would be infinity.
Okay.
Down is negative infinity. And then because it's infinity, is it going to be a bracket or a parentheses? Parentheses. Great. And then it says give the equation of the graph below. You guys don't know 100% what A is going to be. You can figure it out. You have the power to figure it out. I'm not going to make you do that on this quiz.
Okay.
What I want you to recognize is that A is negative.
Wait,
So
don't
first,
I have to do that part?
you have, no, you do. Y equals A times your absolute value of x minus h plus k. So what do we know about A from our graph? What do we know about A from our graph? Is it positive or negative?
Positive. Negative.
It's negative y
Because it goes down.
because it goes down. So A must equal, let's just do negative 1. Okay?
It's negative 1.
You don't. I will accept negative 1 as an answer because you do not know what it is. I want to know that you know that A is negative. Okay? And then you have x minus, what is your h value? How do you find that out?
You subtract it from
Right here. Isn't this HK? HK.
Bye, thank you.
Bye, have a good one. Yeah? So what's my H value?
1. No, 2.
2. Good.
And then K is 1.
And K is 1. So this is my answer.
I do the recess one.
Okay.
3 and 4.
All right, so that's all on this page. Which one do you want next? Sure. Okay, so 5 says find the x and y intercepts of the equation given below. Give your answers as a point. Show your work if necessary. Your y-intercept is always easier because all you have to do is plug in 0 for x and solve for y. So here, y equals 2 times 0 squared plus 12 times 0 plus 20. What is my y-intercept? 20.
Where's your erasable one?
This is erasable.
Okay.
Okay. X-intercept's a little bit trickier. A lot of you guys did try to factor this and then found out it was not factorable. So how can you solve a quadratic that's not factorable? Quadratic equation. It's on the board back there, but we'll say it too. So the x coordinate equals opposite of b or negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. Probably.
Do you know it or can you give it to us?
I don't know yet. I'll let you know tomorrow. You should know it. Mrs. White had you sing a song about it.
I wasn't here.
Mrs. Shepherd had you sing a song too. Oh, if you weren't at Geneva yet, you don't totally know it. Okay. So this, friends, is your A. This is your B. And this is your C. A is with your x squared term. Your B is with your x term, and your C is your constant term. And then we just plug it in, like the old Glade plug-in commercial, which your parents would know, but you will not know. There used to, you know the Glade plug-ins, the ones that smell? No?
Oh, yeah.
Like the wallflowers from Bath and Body Works. You know the wallflowers that you can plug in? So there is a company called Glade, and they have plug-ins like those. They actually started them before Bath and Body Works did. And they had a commercial that was like, plug it in, Glade, plug-ins, or something. And so I always used to use that reference in teaching, but now it's such a antiquated reference because nobody knows what I'm talking about anymore. But your parents will know. So anyways, negative 12 plus or minus the square root of 12 squared minus 4 times 2 times 20 all over 2 times 2. Yes, no, maybe so. No, why not? Yeah, it looks scary, but it's not.
Can you just put that in the calculator or will it not?
It will not work because, well, it's not true. Yes, you can put it in your calculator. You have to do a lot of parenthesing to make sure that it square roots the right thing, to make sure that it divides the right thing. And so anyways, you've got negative 12 plus or minus the square root. 12 squared is 144. 4 times 2 times 20 is 160. And that's all over 4. I'm going to move over here.
You want it to be positive or negative? It's like plus or minus.
Mm-hmm.
Do you just get to pick which one?
It would be both. Remember the x-intercepts, you get two of them? But watch this. This is a little bit tricky. It's negative 12 plus or minus the square root of what? What's 144 minus 160?
Negative 60.
This is as far as we can go. I know it looks messy, but this is your answer right now because you don't know how to square root a negative yet. You have not been taught. So the 100% acceptable answer is negative 12 plus or minus the square root of negative 16 over 4, comma, 0. Because that plus or minus actually gives you two intercepts.
So we don't have to write it twice. We can just write plus or minus.
Yep. All right, what's next? Number 4?
No.
No.
Number 2.
Okay. All right. Oh, yes, because I want to show you odd and even. So this is a great one. Number 2. All right, so it says identify the parent, locator point, and the change. And then whether or not it's even, odd, or neither. So for the first one, it's all being raised to the 4th power. What's the parent function here?
This first one is
First one.
x to the 4th.
Yep. Y equals x to the 4th. What's my locator point?
7
Yep.
and 7.
Perfect.
Is 1 negative?
It is not, because remember it's the opposite of h.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Change from my parent function.
Does it move right 7?
It does move right 7. Yep. What else?
Down 3.
That 3 doesn't move. It doesn't move it up or down. What does that 3 do?
Stretches it?
Or yes, that is. Yep. So it is a vertical stretch. Mhm. Yep. Now, what is that? So we'll say that move right 7. This is what your H does. This is what your A does. What does that negative on the A do?
Move it down.
Doesn't move it down. What does it make it do?
Face down.
Faces down. Yes. So that negative A makes it face down. And then one more thing. One more move.
Does it move up 7?
Up 7.
So if it was negative, it moved down.
Correct. Okay. Now, even, odd, or neither. You guys ready for this? You have your graphing calculator? Naomi, do you have your graphing calculator?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Kate. Okay. So we have our graphing calculator, and this is the easiest way to do even, odd, neither. Okay. So we have our function. So we're going to go to our y equals on our graphing part. I think I just messed that up. Okay. So we're going to go to our y equals on our graphing. We're just going to type in the function given. Okay. And then to check even, odd, or neither, you need to make your x value negative. So you're essentially going to type the function in again. Except for this time, your x value will be negative. If you look at the two functions, you'll notice the only difference is the x value here is negative, yes? All right, once you have those plugged in, you're gonna go to second table. So look at the table. Are these values the same? No, it is neither.
I don't know if I got these right in the front. Yeah, I got all these right. I have to do this.
Nope. Okay. Now I'm going to give you an example of an even and an odd so you can see the difference. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do the next one. Okay. So I know that we haven't done any other fun stuff to the next one, but I'm going to do the next one to show you.
Is it even because it's absolute value?
Yes, but not always. So you are correct in this in saying that it is even, but sometimes if we manipulate your absolute value with H, K, and A, it might not always be even.
How do you put absolute value?
So you're gonna do negative 0.25, and then you're gonna hit the second 0, enter, and that should do absolute value for you. On the newer, thinner calculators, it'll actually do the line. On the fatter calculators, it just says ABS.
What's the line? Where's the line?
It doesn't have a straight line. Second 0, enter.
Oh, second. Oh. That's so cool.
I know. Anne doesn't look convinced. Did it all come up?
Press second, then 0, then enter.
Is this like I'm confused with the starting value because it's like do you want me to do, is that fine?
Yep.
Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know to do number 3. I'm gonna try and
All right. And then same thing. We're gonna make my x negative. Second 0, enter. Negative x. Close your parentheses. And then -4.
But like that's not gonna change it.
So let's check the table. You guys, there's the dentist appointment I forgot about.
I told you to call Gigi.
Yes, you did. We will finish this video.